Oh, good evening, everyone and no one. Welcome to Casual AF, the gaming stream. So casual, 99% of the time. I don't start up a game. We don't even talk about games. It may as well not be a gaming stream. Oddly, tonight I am going to start a game. I found a fun game. We're gonna run through it later on. So
Sounds good.
stick around for that. But you know that that's not what we do here. What we do is we talk garbage about how much we hate government.
And other things. How much we hate other things too.
Craig Bragg,
Hello.
wild and lovely. How are you?
Wild and lovely. I'm good.
I'm
Thank you.
running out of ways to describe you now.
Barely literate. I'm barely literate. Your show tonight, is about these are the books. These are the books that should be banned or were banned or have been banned or have been burned.
Oh, just these are books. These are the books. I'm not a fan of that book. Did you see the book in that?
I did see
thumbnail?
the book, yes. If there's hate in your heart, let it out. It says box toxic.
Hey, without a deadly hate of that which threatens what we love, love is just a catchword for hippies, queers, and cowards.
What's that from?
You don't want to know.
Okay, fair enough. All right, what do we got here? I gotta make a label here.
Yeah, I mean, how was your week? Where are
It's
we?
good. It was good. You know, I've been doing this and that and the other thing. Been going to the gym. I'm on week 4 of this current mesocycle. Next week is week 4. Yeah, next week is week 5, and I've upped my weights a bit. So I have the option of changing my weights, the weight volume. So I'm doing an incline bench press. I've been doing 80-pound incline bench press with dumbbells, so 40 in each hand. I'm upping it to 45 in each hand next week. I'm upping my cable fly, and I have to reweigh myself on Monday to find out how much my push up and my dips are, because they do it based on your body weight, right? So, but yeah, no, I've been having fun. I've been enjoying it, and I've been noticing I was feeling my boobies the other day, actually earlier today, and there's less boobie. There's much less flab on my chest. It's much more
good,
muscles.
good.
You don't really see it. I don't really have the bum chest that bodybuilders have, but I'm building more muscle. I can feel it. So.
Well, let's just change the banner over to Wag Me. Here we go.
Oh, not Old Man Fitness?
Now, Wag, we're all going to make it, right?
We are all going to make it, absolutely.
Because I realized something, eh? Like, I mean, it doesn't look like a lot on my frame, but, I'd lost a lot of weight, so I can sort of tell by just pinching it at my midsection. That's like 15 pounds to visible abs, right? And the last time I had this amount, then I pitched, I was like, I lost 15 pounds, I had visible abs. The last time I was 165 when I was pinching this. And I got down to like just over 150. Abs popping through my t-shirt. It was great. Except this time I'm pinching at it and I'm getting on the scale. I'm like, 190? That can't be right.
That's awesome.
I've put on a lot of muscle mass and it doesn't look like a lot.
Yeah.
Like, because it's sort of everywhere and I have stupidly long legs. So, when I put on any mass in my legs, it's all along the long axis and never along the wide axis.
Right. Well, I've ordered advice. I don't, and it's in shipping right now. I don't know when I'm going to get it. I fall prey to the marketing machinations of the YouTube shorts, and there's this thing called a Hume Biopod, which basically it's at a digital scale, but it has this little handle connected by a wire. You hold the handle, and by running electric current through your body, you can tell you what your current, body fat percentage is. Your blood. I don't know if it does your blood glucose, but it can give you a whole bunch of information about your internal composition, body composition. So I've ordered it so I can basically track my weight more judiciously and keep a track of my body fat percentage and my lean muscle mass, because it'll tell you what that is too, right? So
yeah, I've entered into that like gently reducing calories, being far more, I like that word, judicious about my sugar intake. So like I haven't had bread in 2 weeks.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Yeah, like I still have pasta,
Yeah.
right? But much smaller volumes of pasta, right? And yeah, yeah, so like I'm slowly losing a little bit of weight as I go, and but not diminishing my strength too much. I noticed that my heaviest sets, I'm really struggling. Like I'm not able to do the reps that I was doing, but I guess technically then I'm on a cut. Is that what that means?
I
Right?
think so. Yeah.
So instead of doing my heaviest sets, what I'm doing is my second heaviest set for as many reps as possible as my heavy set. Uh or even reducing the weight. Like I was struggling so much today. I actually it's almost a given on the Friday nights. I'm fucking having a few drinks, right? And just
Yeah. It's all right.
but I didn't because it's like, oh, guess what? Haha, I'm taking vacation this week. So I got all week. I can drink whenever I want. And I actually didn't because there was the pool party today.
Hmm.
And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get up super early, go to the fucking gym, and then go swimming for several hours. And I did, and it was back and bicep day. It's my
Okay.
favorite day. I love back and bicep day. And I was doing the straight arm pull downs,
Yeah.
and with my heavy set, I was like really struggling. Like I think I didn't finish the eighth rep.
Oh, really?
So I lowered the weight a tick, right? Took like a 90-second rest and then went back and
Yeah.
thinking I'll do 12, hopefully aiming for 15. You know, I got to 30
Hmm.
and still had another rep in me, and it was 32 that I couldn't squeeze out. I was like, "Holy shit, how the fuck did I
Excuse
manage
me.
that?"
Sorry.
Gesundheit. So I was pretty happy about that, that even though I can't do the heavy stuff, I still have plenty of energy for just a tick lighter.
There you go.
So,
That's the thing, right?
yeah, because that's what you're supposed to do on the cut.
Hmm.
Uh, so I'm pretty pleased, considering I've
Awesome.
been doing it for, like, basically a week.
Well, I'm trying to do a bulk, not necessarily a dirty bulk, but I call it an unclean bulk. So it's mostly fresh foods, but I indulge in some junk from time to time. And I'm just trying to get up. I'm trying to increase my proteins, obviously, but also carbs, and then fats are remaining kind of limited. So
Yeah. I know too many people, they hear the term dirty bulk, and they think that means that they can, pizza and beer and
no,
Burger King twice a week. No, no, no. Dirty bulk means have an extra helping of pasta, have an extra helping of potatoes, right? Like, fried chicken, fine. But like not KFC. Fry your own chicken. Besides all KFC in Toronto is halal, or in Canada is halal now.
yeah, Calistani fried chicken.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
need
no, like
some images here.
if you're a Christian person or just a person who likes animals but doesn't like them enough to be a vegetarian, you
Yeah,
really ought not to eat halal or kosher meats.
it's true.
Like if it wasn't called religious practice, the way they slaughter those animals would be considered animal abuse and be illegal.
Yep,
Which means it is a crime against the animal. Don't eat that meat. Kosher pickles though, can't go wrong. Like, hey.
agreed.
But yeah, diet wise, like I'm just I'm not going crazy and avoiding fruits.
Yeah,
So,
no,
you know,
because you still need to get your fiber. You still need to get your sugars. You can't cut sugar out completely. You need
you can
glucose. Your brain needs glucose to function.
you can cut sucrose almost entirely from your diet because anything that you can get from fruits, you can get from vegetables. There's a replacement vegetable for it that has way less sugar or almost no sugar. But I'm not going that crazy. Like
No,
I think like I mean my maintenance calories are something like 2650 and I'm eating like 2250, maybe 2300. So
yeah,
it's like barely a cut. But I'm just like I'm not starving. I don't feel like, oh, I'm so hungry. So
all good, man.
yeah, and fuck. Oh, swimming after a back workout too is just wild. I refuse to eat at any halal restaurant. Hey Ajax, how are you? All three groups that certify halal food are owned by the Muslim Brotherhood. Yeah, it's literally like a terrorist front. Yeah, I mean, there's that too, but also they're mean to animals, man.
It's true.
And yeah, like I haven't really altered my workouts except for a little bit of the heavy side of the weights, but it's the same program I've been doing all year. You know?
Yep.
So I'm pretty pleased. We'll see what happens if I get down to about closer to 175, 170.
Is that where you want to be at? 170,
Just
175?
because I mean, if I weigh 170 something
Yeah.
and can see my abs, that's a guarantee that I've gained over 20 pounds in less than 2 years of muscle.
There you go.
Yeah. So that would just be, I'm just curious, is that what's happened now?
Mm-hmm.
Because I was more just like, yeah, just keep pushing, just keep pushing. I'm not worried about I wasn't thinking about that. I wasn't counting. I was just like, I don't have to worry about what I eat because I work out a lot and my job is hard.
Right.
So, but with always an eye on, more protein. Oh, fiber, yum. But
Yeah.
sure, let's also order pizza on the weekend. So,
Why not?
yeah.
Where are my projects?
Yeah, so you're darting back and forth because you're actually working on something fun for me right now. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Yeah.
Trying to find a project I started with you, and
Mm.
now it's gone for some reason.
Because
I don't know
if
it.
you can change that horrendous music that came with the thing, that would be that would be one. Actually, the first one we saw, the music was not terrible. Like, not it wasn't perfect for me, I think, but I'd be okay with it. Just in the meantime, see how it looks.
Mm-hmm. I'd still like to find something better. Right now, what's going on? This thing's fuck. Let's go back to bottle.
So, being so casual, I have some banners, but I don't even know what to talk about. Like,
I'm sorry, what was that?
I have some banners, but I don't even know what to talk about. Like, where to start? How do we roll into this? Like, there's so much craziness going on all over the world that the handful of stuff uh that's happening like locally is like it doesn't even matter,
Yeah.
you know? Like what? There were some cops that parked in the loading zone. Did you see that? Yeah, right. Oh, 1/3 of murders are committed by people on bail. It's like that's not even that big a deal with the shit that's going on in UK and stuff.
I know. What's going on in the UT is insane. I posted something on Facebook today about I don't know why anybody like cops coming out and saying we're going to do this to these people who are posting stuff mean online. I'm like, why do UK citizens even listen to their cops? Why do they even regard them? They don't carry their guns. They don't carry guns. If a UK cop showed up to my door saying, "Oh, you got a license for that meme," I would go upstairs and get my chamber pot full of poop from the night before because I know Brits still use chamber pot because they don't have indoor plumbing, and I would throw it out the window upstairs on the cops below and tell them to fuck off or sod off. I think that's what I would say. Sod off, you twats. That's what
You
I'd say.
got a license for eating my shit, copper?
You got a license for that meme? Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. No, it's ridiculous. And like the fact that the cops are so happy to you're still on Wagby. just happy to do this. You're still on the Wag Me, by the way. Oh no,
Nice.
UK in shambles. I'm sorry.
I just turned it
You
now.
just
You
changed.
reminded
Okay.
me.
The fact that the cops are just, they're proud of the fact that they're going to go knock on doors of people who are at these protests, people who have posted nasty shit online, and they're going to arrest 90-year-old retirees who are saying, "Hey, I don't like, that they spray painted the cenotaph with Free Palestine." That was, it's Armistice Day, and they decided to deface the cenotaph. This is something that Brits take very seriously. And this is wrong. And why don't they have any respect? Oi, that's a little bit insulting to our Muslim brethren, mate. I'm going to have to arrest you, mate.
But it's not a two-tiered policing system.
No, it's not. No, that's as a matter of fact, that's hate speech to say it is. So we're going to arrest you for saying it's a two-tiered system.
Hate against who? The cops?
hate against the system, man. I need to find some.
So I was just talking to somebody who was saying that they're in like a chat group with different people from all around, including some people from the States and people from the UK. And some of those people in the UK are saying, like, we used to make fun of Americans and their obsession over like the right to own guns, the Second Amendment, and it's like now we feel like fucking idiots.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Was like we everybody needs a gun.
It's true. It's as a matter of fact, I think I have a tweet or an X post, if you want to call it correctly, where it just says "make guns."
Make guns.
Make guns. Like just telling people, go out there, go make guns, because you're gonna need them. So I'll leave it at that.
I call them funds.
Exactly.
Yeah, fuck, man. It's just strange fucking days.
No, I don't like that. I want a song for this opener for you. That I was thinking like the national anthem, but a little bit more gritty.
Well, there's the one that I you don't have access to it. That comes with Wondershare.
What's
Filmora. That one I used to use when I would actually bother to make videos.
Yeah, why don't you do that anymore, you jerk? Get out there and make videos. What's the matter with you? What's so important in your life that you can't stop and make a video now and again?
This
This thing you do once every week. Or is the alcohol you're talking about?
This is
Oh,
my
the
hand,
alcohol. Well, that was your thing. You poured yourself a bottle, you recorded a video, and by the time you were done editing, the bottle was done, and you uploaded it. And then you know what? You let the pieces fall where they may. Maybe you're editing. Maybe you were too drunk to edit properly, and the video ended up turning out like shit. But
I always was pretty pleased with them, to be honest. But
your videos turned out great. I liked your videos. Your long form stuff, your short form stuff is great.
The end of the editing process, I can't fucking see what I'm doing.
So leave it and then pick it up the next day.
No, had to finish. Night of. It's got to go up night of. It's topical. Yeah, nah, maybe one day. We'll see.
One day.
One day. Editing videos all one-eyed.
Let me see if I can find some music. Let me see if I can find some. Oh, I'm in your live. I'm in your StreamYard, so I can't play with the branding. I was going to try and find some music in StreamYard to use.
Oh, no, sorry.
You know what? I'll go to Suno. There we go.
Oh, yeah, fuck. Pox, do I have a license to use My Empire? Open license on My Empire. I actually really like the song. It was one of his earlier Suno works. I thought it sounded like if Offspring was good and he says it sounds more like a thank you. Says it, he says it sounds more like a transplant song.
I want to
But
make
I
it.
really enjoyed it. Like, I think it's got like 20 views now, and they're all me. I just keep listening to it every once in a while. It just goes in my playlist in my mix. Yeah, it's like one of the better punk metal tunes I've heard in 20 years. Oh, the state of metal these days.
All right, it's putting something together. I made it instrumental. Let's listen to this here.
Yeah, do you guys know any of the rules about Suno? That like Suno's the AI music thing. Do you actually have the license, or does Suno own all your work? Because it's Suno's AI, or are they open licensing it to you? That like, yes, you can use this and all of this, what might be their property because their AI created it, but you have an open license in perpetuity because you're the author through their machine. Do you guys know any about that?
No idea.
If you have a paid account, you own all rights. Okay, cool.
All right, let me share my audio here so you can hear it. You want to talk more about UK and shambles?
Well, just that it's very much similar to like C63 that's happening here.
Yeah. Okay, so let me know you can hear this. 1 second.
Yeah, oh yeah, I could hear it.
You can hear. Okay, so this is the acoustic music I was thinking of using for your opener. Want something a little bit more gritty?
Oh god. Oh yeah, no, please find My Empire. Pox has given me the license.
All right, let me delete this then. Where's My Empire?
Can you search for My Empire?
In Suno?
Yeah, it should be
Oh,
up there.
let me see then. Search My Empire. It's called My Empire?
Pretty sure.
Or Irving's Empire?
No, no, no. It's called My Empire, or My Empire is made of these. Oh, but it should still be on Suno, no, Pox?
Yeah, but there's lots of songs. And people can name them whatever the hell they want. What's Pox's name on Suno?
I have
I'll
no
look
idea.
I'll look it up there.
You guys have some weird ass random names that they
Yeah, because they generate them for
me.
you.
Yeah.
Oh, it's on your YouTube page though. It's not public there. Okay. It's on his YouTube page though. Well, let's see if we can find it. Let's see if we can find it then.
Oh, all of his stuff is privated. Okay.
Yeah, but I subscribe to him, so I should be able to find him. Unless they nuked his account.
No, no, no. Like, wait, in YouTube or in Suno?
YouTube.
No, no, no. I think he means he's privated his Suno stuff.
Oh, I see. Okay. But he says it's on his YouTube. By the way, I really like Sweet Potato Jenkins' music. It's amazing.
I do like that proper Delta blues feel it's got. Like,
it's amazing. It's really good.
There's so much reference material available that the AI really gives it really does a proper homage,
I agree. Like slap my what is it? Slap my woman because she couldn't fry my chicken is amazing.
I was thinking more about like the guitar licks.
Okay.
And the twang of the singing, like it captures it.
He's got a lot of songs on here. I'm looking for the one My Empire.
It should be one of his earlier ones, like in the first 5 or 10.
I got the Toxicats theme. I don't see it.
He found it. It's in the chat now.
All right.
And it really is just like a good song. Like I can listen to it.
Okay. Thing is, it's the video is done as a commercial for a high end whiskey, so it really should be instrumental. So I think I'm going to try and do an instrumental. I'll do it. Let me go back to my. I'll go create. Grungy
Industrial instrumental.
Canadian anthem.
And if you don't feed it lyrics, it won't do lyrics.
Yeah, you can also check the box for instrumental as we want as well.
Okay.
Okay, so it's generating something now. Let's see what we got. That's not bad. Can you hear that?
Yeah. I like this one better. There's what's the name of the drummer from Tool?
No idea.
That's what I felt there.
Okay,
Run
cool.
it again from the beginning. That beginning is all right.
Oh, that was the other one. Hold on.
Like it doesn't sound like Tool, but that drummer sounds like Tool. I'm not mad at that.
Okay. I think I gotta wait for it to finish rendering it before I can download it.
Oh, sure.
Anyway, so let me just adjust this here.
Like we said, casual guys, casual AF.
All right.
But I do love that
Whiskey. What can you say about whiskey? Something poetic, like a single line, sort of poetic about whiskey. Whiskey is the fuel for rage.
Whiskey is the fuel by which my rage burns.
By which my rage burns. I'm going to put that in quotes, though. Is it something that you're saying as opposed to just a description of whiskey?
I suppose, yeah. I did just say it. A little bit of Ministry. NWO mixed the middle there. Yeah, there was some like tweet. It went way off Tool with the guitar bits. That was no Adam Jones piece.
Okay, we're gonna get rid of that music. We're replacing that music with what I just created on Suno.
Lovely.
All right, enter text 2.
The only reason I actually know some players' names. Yes, thank you. Cheers. Is that a soft J? Eorsic or Ijursic? Well, I don't know how to pronounce that, but I like it. Or is it Eorsic? But cheers. because I typically don't care for players' names and their lives and stuff, but there's just some weird, fun connections if you know Croatian. Okay. Well, welcome. Croatians know. Well, they know. There's some weird, cool connections between uh, Adam Jones and Tom Morello.
How many milliliters in a 26er?
750. Of course, I know that. So Adam Jones is the guitarist for Tool, and Tom Morello is the guitarist for Rage Against the Machine. But Adam Jones and Tom Morello were in the same high school garage band, and then they went their separate ways. And Maynard James Keenan auditioned for Tom Morello's band to be the singer, and he was going to be the singer. He had the spot until some weird looking dude named Zach Della Rocca showed up and just basically stole it. And Tom Morello was like, listen, this guy, he's the one I was looking for, but I know someone. You're going to love him. And he calls up Adam Jones and says, hey, I found this singer. He's exactly what you want. Trust me. And he sends him Maynard James Keenan. And they become these two awesomely different bands. Just wildly different. But Maynard James Keenan was almost the fucking singer for Rage Against the Machine. Can you imagine that?
That's fucked up.
Yeah. Because, like, musically, love them both, but I can't imagine Maynard singing fucking Rage tunes. That doesn't make any sense.
No.
And I do love how Zach Della Rocca became the meme. Guys, hold on, hear me out. What if we raged on behalf of the machine? You know what, like 30,000 people in an arena having double jabs, showing their papers, wearing masks, chanting along, fuck you, I won't do what you tell me. Just mind-boggling. Mind-boggling. So I'm just going to pull that down for now because nothing's...
Yeah, I'm still working. I apologize.
Okay. No. I just... Yeah.
Where is that? Why did it fucking upload? Hold on. Doing far too much here.
You know what's punk? Conforming to all the rules. Obeying the pharmaceutical companies.
Exactly.
That's metal. Actually, taking a poison death juice that you don't know what's in it is pretty metal, but...
Exactly.
But if you don't know what... if you don't know about Metalocalypse...
Yeah.
I don't know what to tell you. Death Clock. Great band.
I'm
Great
not
band.
familiar with Death Clock.
They're a cartoon.
Oh, I know that one then. Yeah. Sorry, I'm way too close to this camera. I'm sorry. I'm working hard, so I'm looking at me on YouTube, and I'm like, my nose is up the camera. Sorry, folks. You don't need to be looking at me that closely. Let's try this.
You know, the problem with me making videos and editing them is occasionally I would make 2 in one night.
Yeah.
And the second video was so sloppy. Like, you think I've been sloppy in the third hour of one of your live streams? No, man.
Yeah.
You should see me in a second video, having edited a full first one, and then getting into the second half of the fifth.
All good, man. All good. Graham back label. Let's do Trudeau's tits.
In the early days, I even used to script and pull a whole bunch of like pictures and stuff and use like gentle slides with the images and zoomed in, zoom outs like for continuity, right?
Yeah.
And man, I put a lot of effort into some of those videos, and some of them were pretty good, I thought. But hey, here we are.
All good.
5 viewers. I basically just hang out with Craig and some people I know. Okay, there's a cool new Croatian dude in the chat, and he's
Hey,
probably going
cool
to
new
pop
Croatian dude.
off.
Welcome to Casual AF. I hope you'll stick around, and I hope you'll come by next week for
Ammunition. Craig
ammunition. What is it
Bragg,
called?
link in the description.
That's
Subscribe. He puts out more regular video content than I do. Hey, yeah. Still here. He's still here. Putting
okay.
up with this. Okay, yeah.
Good.
So he's solid.
Good.
We do actually talk about stuff, right?
Yeah. Right now, I'm fucking
will.
around with Video Bolt. I have an account on Video Bolt.
Yeah, and he's trying to make me like some sort of cool video with some music, and because he's got like a cool intro slide for his streams. But yeah, we'll see what's what, because it is a very casual stream. That's all. And there will be video games later.
Where's your logo? Why is your logo not going up there?
Yeah, I don't know. I thought that was the
annoying.
first thing that was going to happen, like that it would
Yeah.
pull up the logo.
I think I need to find your logo. I think I have your logo as a PNG. One sec here. So I think I added it to one of my casual AFs.
Yeah, so this is basically the theme of the whole fucking casuals. Because yes, I am a very casual gamer. I'm too old to be serious now. Not that I was ever that serious, but I was closer to hardcore than casual at one point. But yeah. But yes, the game will come. We'll get there.
We will get there. God damn it. Where's your logo, Mr. Twin? There's that one, but I'm sure I had the other. There it is, Twin logo. Perfect.
But yeah, okay. So UK is arresting people for fucking internet posts. That's what Bill 63 is in Canada. C63. Yep. Greg Wycliffe, an acquaintance of the show, believe it or not.
And national treasure.
He really is. He's just a wonderfully funny dude. And talented musician, no less. But also, yeah, staunch freedom fighter. He said he's going to be focusing on that bill in particular, because the passing of that bill will lead to exactly what you're seeing in the UK. MRFers cutting a person's front door in half with a saw and kicking it in to arrest them for internet posts.
Yeah, it's fucking ridiculous.
Right. Meanwhile, we have a handful of what is it? A father-son terrorist combo that we just led into Canada, and the father has citizenship. Like, it's such a wild story. I just stopped caring about the details. I was just like, yeah, no, that just makes sense. That's what's happened here. That's what Canada is now. That's what the UK is. Canada's going right down that hole.
Mm-hmm.
The UK is going
US too. US too.
If Kamala wins, right? I mean, yeah, I suppose we could talk about that. You're a little busy. You're going to be more articulate on the subject. All walls, no balls. 6 in the house. My man. Tim Walz? Yeah, tampon Tim Walz.
Yeah, fucking guy.
He's just
The worst. The
even
absolute worst.
CNN is also calling him out on his stolen valor bullshit. Right? That he abandoned his unit, 6 months before deployment to Iraq, right? And if
Mhm.
CNN is calling him out, that's because they're still showing the schism in the party, that it is so widely divided. Uh, you know, they leaked the video of Shapiro being selected, and then he's suddenly not selected, and Walls is, but there's claims that Shapiro wasn't selected literally because he's a Jew, because they have a huge pro-Palestine support group for Democrat Congress people and senators and across the board. So they have to appease them. So they can't have, you know, Shapiro.
Right.
I'm having trouble accepting that a man named Walls is not is not Jewish, but okay.
It's probably Waltz. It's probably a derivation of Waltz. WALTZ. He's probably a Nazi.
Aren't
Certainly
we
a
all?
communist. You listen to what he has to say about free speech. You listen to what he says about free speech. First Amendment does not protect misinformation or hate speech. Yes, it actually does. And here you are, a governor who swore an oath to protect the Constitution, and you have these insane ideas about what the First Amendment is supposed to represent. You have no business being a governor, let alone vice president.
Mm. Hey, are you against family-run businesses, Irving? A father teaching his son his craft is a beautiful thing. Oh, that's right, because isn't Tim Walls' son like an active Antifa member who's committed crimes and been
Is
convicted?
that right?
Yeah, fuck. Rules for radicals, man. And make it a family business. Teach your kids. Teach your kids. Oh, just wild shit. It's maddening, like the the schism in the party is so blatant that even like what is it? 5 of 6 major media outlets are horrifically left-leaning,
Yeah.
and the 6th is now only a little left-leaning. It's not right-leaning at all. And yet they're split in their support slash attack
Mm-hmm.
because that whole party is split. And like some of them are saying, "Oh, look how wonderful Kamala is. She has no platform. She literally has no platform."
No.
And she's saying weird things like, "Oh, when I become president, I'll lower food prices and gas prices," with no like plan or explanation of how that is, just this non sequitur of "I will do it." It's like, hold on a second. What do you mean when you're elected? You're in office now. If you know how to do that, why don't you tell Joe Biden and get it done? Like, why are what? What the fuck are you talking about when you're elected? You're the vice president right now, you fucking
Mm-hmm.
asshole.
Exactly. All right. I've got a beer bottle one. Okay.
All right.
Unfortunately, I can't do a whiskey bottle with that wine bottle one because it's not gonna do it the way I want to do it. So I've got
Okay.
a beer bottle one. It's much more simple. I just need to work on the labels a little bit. So
But
let's see.
are we ready to see a preview? Is that what you're saying? Or
No, no, no. Well,
oh.
you want to see what I'm gonna work from?
No. If you're not ready, then you're not ready.
It's
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 okay.
not ready.
Take
It's
your
not
time.
ready.
Take your time. Casual AF. Everybody pour
We,
another drink.
you're damn right. Keep drinking, folks. Get drunk. Watch YouTube. All right. I'm gonna do some labels here.
It's been such a good day,
It has been a good day, hasn't it?
and I have nothing for the show.
We'll talk about your day. What happened today?
No. This Tim Walls guy,
All right.
right? Like, Also, what's the first thing he does? He's supposed to be like family values and, freedom or something, like keeping government out of your business. But, you know, the first thing he does is make a joke about Vance and a couch,
Yeah,
right? Which is why suddenly they were like, "Oh, we can do unsubstantiated jokes too." When he got pulled over for a DUI, they had to pump a liter of horse semen out of his stomach.
that's right.
Like, you can't even make raunchy jokes as well as we can. Like, everything they do at this like shitty degree that we can always do a little better.
That's true.
And like without even trying. What's that? Humped a couch? Well, you drank a liter of horse semen.
It's true.
And I've had this before, like in personal situations where it's like you want to find out who's the bigger curmudgeon, who's more stubborn, who's more of an asshole. It's me. It's always me. Like, you can't win this. I don't like you don't know what you got yourself into. I had an employee one time, right? I was trying to set some boundaries and shit, like it was a safety issue. So I was very, very upset, very firm. And this guy generally have a good relationship. Calmed down and said hello or whatever. And he's like, don't even whatever. I've seen your true colors. And I went right back. You've seen my true colors? You have no idea how deep this well goes. Keep fucking pushing me. After that, we had the most pleasant relationship. Like,
Yeah, because he didn't.
no, no,
He knew not to fuck with you.
it was just like, no, 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 no. I'm not pretending to be nice. I'm being as nice as I am able, and that's entirely on you.
There you go.
The left can't meme because they're memes. Strangely, I think this fits into an idea I was thinking of earlier today,
You know why the left can't meme?
because they're the memes. He just told
But
us.
no, I'll tell you why the left can't meme. This goes back. This goes back to what I was saying a few weeks back. Because the left, all of their ideas are predicated on lies, and memes have to have at some point something truthful about them.
Yeah, they hinge on
And
truth.
because the left are agents of pseudos, they're based on lies. So,
Yeah,
they can't possibly make good memes because all their shit is bullshit.
but the left can't meme because they're memes. Something had come up in my head, like all these weird left-wing people, crazy socialists. Oh, no one should ever own a gun. But they also love the zombie trope,
Right.
right? It's not a genre. It's a trope, right?
Well, did you see a post on X that I put up recently?
Make guns?
No, the other one.
No.
Take a look.
I'm never gonna find it. Can you
All
just
right,
link
all right.
it?
I'll share it then. One sec here.
But why would you should never own a gun. And then they love their zombie shows, the zombie survival shows like Walking Dead and all this. And everyone, the most precious,
Show it. Show it so people can see.
yeah, communists aren't people. Okay, yeah, let's keep this image up while I discuss this. The most precious resource in these zombie survival shows,
Mm-hmm.
more so than food and water, is guns, right? And they don't question it. They're just like, yeah, no, like, oh, look how awesome this show is. And these people with their guns fighting the zombies. Zombies are a metaphor. They're a metaphor for the state of society. And if you watch this show and
Mm-hmm.
you're not thinking, I understand this metaphor because I am surrounded by mindless monsters that will devour me given the opportunity, I have bad news for you. That means you are the zombies.
It's true.
Right? And the left can't meme because they're memes. They are the zombies. They're the memes. Oh, wild. Just wild. You don't need a
So
gun. You don't live in the zombie world. I live in the zombie world. You're the zombie.
exactly.
Fuck. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Don't make me speak Chinese.
Sorry. All right. Let me turn this into a. Let me trace this here.
Just because my Chinese is so bad.
Oh, yeah. Let's threshold, change that up a bit.
So, some guys I knew worked with a dude who was very Chinese, and he would always get upset. Aya. And they started calling him Aya. And so then they're around me and they start going, Aya, Aya, Aya. And I was so mad. I was I was offended on behalf of Chinese people and Chinese speakers,
Yeah.
not because I'm Chinese or a Chinese speaker, because they were doing it wrong. Aya, aya, aya. No, it's not excited. It's anger.
Exactly.
It's deep frustration and disappointment combined. Aya.
Why can I not hit this?
I was so mad. Stop it. Stop doing it.
There we go.
Being Canadian,
There we
you'll
go.
have to speak Chinese in about 10 years. Well, I'm ahead of the game a little. I can get a drink in a bathroom in at least one Cantonese dialect and Mandarin. So I can also apologize for being not Chinese.
Sorry, man.
No,
You're
no,
working and I'm ignoring you.
it's all good. No, I lean on you all the time for this stuff, and
It's all good. It's all good.
I just let you cook and take the credit later because it was my show. And now I have to do the work. But this Tim Walls guy, like he was the overseer of uh Minnesota
Yes.
while Minneapolis burned. He turned down the National Guard, even though the mayor of Minneapolis
Well, he
was
waited. He got
begging,
the National Guard in there eventually, but he waited.
waited quite a
Waited
while.
and waited until most of the city had burned down already.
Yeah, billions of dollars of damage, right? Because Trump wanted it, and he wanted it to make Trump look bad somehow. Like, I don't know how people transfer this stuff. Like, it's your state. It's the city in your state, and you think it's going to reflect badly on Trump,
Exactly.
right? And it does because the fucking zombies just believe it. Yes, Canada will be covered in tofu dregs buildings. Oh my god, have you heard about this in China? What they call the
No.
tofu buildings, and it's like really shoddy workmanship and
Oh, yes, I have.
bad
I
quality
have heard about
concrete,
it.
where like
Yes,
it
I've seen it.
it looks like a wall, but you can just like grip it really hard and pull chunks of what should be concrete because they're using a substandard concrete.
Right.
Motherfucker, we built the CN Tower. Like how this place used to be called Toronto the Good,
Yeah, I know.
right? Of all the nicknames it's had, like yeah, Hogtown, the Big Smoke. One day it was called Toronto the Good.
Yep.
And it's
And
still not Chicago, but like the crime rate is going
the
off the
Ontario
charts.
phrase used to be "keep it beautiful."
Yeah.
Now it's yours to discover. What type of beer would you have your face on, Twin? What type of beer?
Something dark that isn't Guinness.
So a dark, like what? I know there's pale ales. There's what are there? Like different types of beers.
No, like a stout, but not Guinness. Guinness is kind of boring as stouts go. I know it's famous, but
Canadian Stout.
I don't even know if there is. Are there good
Well,
Canadian?
there is now. It's called Irving Twin Canadian Stout. Whoops. And what's the alcohol volume, I wonder?
9. Stout means something.
And how many in a standard beer bottle? How many milliliters?
It's 341, but
I need to change that font.
dark
One
ale.
second.
6 likes dark ales and box. I mean, we stouts, pilsners, dark ale and box. There's 2 kinds of beer, right? It's yeah, it's ale and lager. That's it. Everything else is a variation, right?
Okay. Well, this one's a 9% stout.
Which technically an ale. Because ale and lager are differentiated by their yeast fermenting process, right?
Mm-hmm.
Ales are a warm top brewing yeast.
Yep.
Lagers are a cold bottom brewing yeast. That's it. That's the difference. That's how you brew beer, right? If you cold brew it where the yeast sinks to the bottom and brews from the bottom, you have a lager. And lagers, brewed cold, are best served cold. And once they warm up, often taste horrible, just disgusting. Like every time you, oh God, that beer went funny on me. That's a lager.
Okay.
Ales, brewed warm, the yeast rises to the top and brews there. Coming out of the fridge, they might taste like almost nothing. And as they warm up, suddenly they're more aromatic and you can taste them more and they don't go bad even at room temperature. And Ajax disagrees. He says there are 3 types of beer: cheap, expensive, and free.
There you go.
But everything else is variations of these brewing techniques. And I don't know enough to tell you where the lines divide. I think there's still some argument to be made. You know, is it an IPA? I've seen tried some beers like Alexander Keith's calls themselves an IPA. That's not
Yeah.
what people think of as an IPA. You know, it's not bitter at all. It's just a really shitty ale.
All right. Why can I not get this? Beer label PNG. Why will it not? My morgue. Where's my morgue?
Six's boy, Miguel Smith
Mm-hmm.
puts out his 4th video tomorrow, maybe.
Good.
Six, drop a link to Miguel's channel so people can follow, because we do have a couple of people. It looks like a handful watching that aren't in the chat, so maybe they're lurkers that might want to read up on or hear someone read to them a cool new sci-fi novel. And Croatian dude whose name starts with I. I'm just going to call you Isildur from now on because we're kind of Lord of the Rings fans here.
We are.
Isildur! You should follow all these people and Miguel.
Yeah, Miguel Smith is good.
If you like sci-fi, yeah. Ivan. Okay, yeah, I can work with that. Because I'm not sure. I don't know if I'll ever pronounce that correctly. And you know what's terrible is on one side of my family I'm Slavic, and yeah, I just don't always have the tongue to say some of these Slavic names. Jursic.
Jursic.
I don't know. Yeah, like I want to think if it's Slavic, if it's Croatian, that's going to be a soft J, and oh, here we go. Look, okay, thank you. I try. Sometimes I want to think I have it in my blood to make those sounds, but I think he might be talking about you, Craig.
Oh,
Yeah, because your accents are always on point.
oh, stop. Thank you. Appreciate that. I like making voices. When I run D&D games and stuff like that, I like to do voices. 1080 by 15.
So, I do have some thoughts about these fucking cops parked in a loading zone in Toronto, and
Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
yeah, that some guy was filming it, and apparently the guy who was filming it was actually an ex-cop.
You're kidding.
Yeah, and he was giving them crap, and I heard a lot of pro cop nothing. Like, cops should have special privileges, and you don't know if they came from a crime scene and they just need to decompress because cops put their lives on the line.
Look,
Man,
you either believe that people should follow the law or you don't. And if people should follow the law, cops are people, they should follow the law. Right? You don't
yeah,
make it, to argue otherwise is special pleading. Is to say that everyone should follow the law, but in certain circumstances certain people shouldn't have to follow the law. Well, then the law means nothing. So, yeah, it's horseshit
it
talk as far as I'm concerned.
means a lot less for sure. Yeah, and like the thing I kept coming back to was if the people who are meant to uphold the law can break it, what what good are they? Like if they can just
Exactly.
I see cops do some of the weirdest things. Like, hold on. They're parked in a loading zone. They're not at a crime scene where their car has been raced up, their lights are on, and there's tape and all this. Like, they just park there because they can, because who's gonna stop them? Right?
Exactly.
Other cops aren't gonna give them a ticket because I understand there has to be a kind of like solidarity and camaraderie, but I think that's part of the problem that, you know, yes, these cops parking in the loading zone for because they can are a tiny minority,
Mm-hmm.
but the fucking ACAB people are right. Why are you making me side with ACABs and Jews? That all the other police, they might not openly, outwardly defend them, but they won't condemn them. And that's part of the huge problem. And the real thing I'm thinking is someone who has a badge and a gun who would do something so petty and small as to park in a place where you're not supposed to park, but we also expect them to uphold the law and enforce justice. Like, I think your personality type is too small and petty to be trusted to uphold the law and enforce justice. Like, you're
Exactly.
just the wrong person to do it because you're doing something so petty and small.
Mm-hmm.
Like, really? Am I overthinking it, or
Not at
should
all.
cops be able to just run red lights, turn on their this is something I see 3 times a year, right? Cop at a red light, turns
Turns
on
on
his
his lights.
flashers.
Just so
runs
he
the
can run
red,
it.
and then turns his flashers off and drives the speed limit. He just didn't want to stay at that red light.
Exactly. Yep.
What?
What happened to the neck label?
Some of my favorite videos are of county cops or state cops ticketing city cops. My man, link some of those. Just spam links in the chat, please, Ajax. I will come back and watch them later. Oh, man. I'd love to see it. The whole state's my jurisdiction, motherfucker.
Exactly, right? I do what I want.
No, you can't do what you want. You follow the law. Oh. So what's going on? What's taking so long here? I thought this was
I'm
supposed
an
to be like...
artist. You give the artist, you give him his space.
But I thought this whole process, this whole like system was supposed to be like easy peasy, plug and play kind of thing.
Yeah, but you still have to work at it, man.
Hey, perfect is the enemy of good. Remember that.
Okay, I'm almost done.
And then we'll open the game.
You can open the game now, and I can
No,
show
no.
this later.
No, you said you're almost done. I'm going to hold you to it. Murder on bail. 1/3 of all murders in Canada are committed by people on bail. Did you know that?
I would
They
bet it.
release people on bail who then go out and commit murders. 1/3 of all murders are committed by people on bail. And now, as far as I know, the Coots 4, way back during the fucking trucker protest, who were in jail for 900 days on misdemeanor charges,
Yeah.
even though they've been acquitted of the major charges, are still in jail.
Yeah.
They haven't been released. They never received
that's
bail
what you
option.
call your lawfare, right?
Right? Like,
That's what you call your lawfare.
well, I mean, this is like a small reflection of what's happening in the UK, that two-tier justice system,
Mm-hmm.
right? Thank God that guy downtown who tried to escape being assaulted by a group of Palestinian protesters who were blocking access to the Gardner, and he drove away. He hasn't been charged, but none of those protesters were charged either. You heard about that, right? Some guy downtown was trying to get on the Gardner, and he got assaulted by the pro-Palestine protesters.
I did not see that.
Yeah, they were trying to pull his door open on his truck, and he just was like, "I'm out," and he drove out, drove away.
Oh, yeah. I did see that. He said, "Fuck, I'm not sticking around to get assaulted. Fuck this shit." Yeah, they tried to block him. Yeah.
Well,
Saw that.
but no one blocking the highway received so much as a fucking ticket.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
And these Coots kids, at least 2 of them were in jail 900 plus days.
Yeah.
And still not released. Last I heard. Maybe that's
Kind of ridiculous.
But two-tier Kier, man, it's two-tier everywhere. Everywhere these idiots get their hands in there. Yeah, you know. Fiery but mostly peaceful protests. Oh, but you said mean words online? Straight to gulag.
Exactly. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Straight to jail.
All right, let's do this real quick. Bear with me.
I want to make this joke. I'm a big fan of the HBO show Rome.
Uh-huh.
Our beloved republic is in the hands of madmen. We don't have a republic. We live in a constitutional monarchy.
Yeah, we live in
It's
shit.
bullshit. It's terrible.
It's
Thank
true.
you, Ajax. He actually went digging for it. Oh yeah, my man. Oh, thank you so much. I'm gonna come back and watch these. Actually, how far are you out from you got a couple of minutes?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Yeah, go for it, man.
Let's see if I can pull this up. Video plays soon, eh? Hold on. I'm going to see if I can share this. This is going to be a video
Okay.
of a Georgia police chief gets heated during traffic stop.
That sounds
Tell me
familiar.
if you guys can hear it, okay?
Here, you go.
Say hello. Was that illegal?
No, yeah, no, sir. The reason why we're stopping you is because it's a wind intent violation.
I blinked my blue lights at you to let you know who I was.
Yes, sir. Well, we didn't know with it. That's not a government tag.
That is a unofficial tag.
Okay.
That tag's not even on file.
I said, yes. Well, we have to catch up to be able to run it and everything like that, sir. So
I won't blink my blue lights at you next time. I'll let you just sit there. I was just speaking. I'm the police chief in Zebra.
well, nice to meet you, sir.
Matt Polk worked for me. Your chief worked for me.
Yes, sir. There's no need to get upset.
I'm upset because I spoke to you when I come by, and now you're pulling me
Sir,
over.
I've never met you a day in my life.
I understand that.
All right.
Why are you being hostile?
Easy. I don't have to talk to you.
Okay.
Easy. I'm not talking to you.
Why are you being hostile right now?
Are y'all gonna write me a ticket? Are you gonna write me a ticket?
Sir, we're just trying.
I'm the police chief in Zebra. Do you want to write me a ticket?
Why are you coming up to me
You
like
wanna write me
that?
a ticket?
I'm doing my job, right?
What are you stopping for?
I'm stopping you for one. Your fingerprints dark. You
I have
flashed
blue
blue
lights
lights.
on my car.
Okay, you know how many officers have blue lights?
Are you writing me a ticket? Yes or no?
I'm conducting my investigation.
Are you writing me a ticket? I'm fixing to leave.
Do you have your driver's license?
Sure, I have my driver's license.
What I wait.
I have my driver's license. I'm fixing to make it a whole lot more.
Before we get a strike, I'm just going to go ahead and say I am loving how they're handling this. And I am so like, wow, what a fucking asshole with your shitty suit and your stupid beard. Basically, opening your arms and going, do you know who I am?
Yeah.
Do you know who I am? Over and over again. Oh, this is wild. I really hope they give him a fucking ticket. There's
Yeah.
like 3 minutes of this still to go. 3.5 minutes. I hope they write him a
Your
fucking
boss
ticket.
11:11. I'm out here going right.
They should. Just to say, look, man, like, no one is above the law. So suck it, Trebek.
Machine construction company out of Losersville. Registration shown expired. Valid insurance -99.
Just confirming. Bravo Frank Mike 1175 BFM.
He is his own commander because it's on dash cam.
Yeah, that's right. I was explaining.
I don't want to hear that from you.
Okay.
You let her do her job.
28 returns to a 2001 Dodge Ram truck. Black color to Machine Construction Company out of Losersville.
It doesn't come back to that vehicle.
Valid insurance -99.
He's trying to call somebody
Tag is Lloyd Frank Berry.
to defend him. Who's engine rev?
That's 28 returns, no vehicle found, -99.
I flashed my blue lights to let you know who I am.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
and guess what? We don't give a shit. You don't get the fuck around. It doesn't
Fuck
seem
around
like,
and find out, son of
Yeah.
a bitch.
Doesn't seem like it's as
confirmed it. They let us. Yeah. First when we ran the tag, it came back to like a Dodge Ram, so we're just
It's not a
confirming it's
Dodge
not.
Ram.
Yes, sir. We're
It's
just,
a ghost tag.
yes, sir. We're
You
making.
must have anything back with the tag.
Yes, sir. Yeah, we're just.
You must have run it wrong. You must have run it wrong because you wouldn't come back to a Dodge Ram.
We were confirmed it. They let us know and everything.
So it's still coming back to a Dodge Ram now.
Sir, can I ask why you're so upset?
Is it still coming back to a Dodge Ram?
No,
now?
we got it fixed. Why are you so upset?
No, you didn't fix it. Is it still coming back to a Dodge Ram right now?
No, it came back 9 on 5.
That's right. Because
Okay.
you run it wrong.
Sir,
Somebody run it wrong.
about
Either you did or they did.
we're about to get the information.
Okay.
and get
I
it
got
back
your
to you.
chief on the phone right
He's got his chief on the phone, but you know what? He opened his door into an officer. I would have loved to see him just fucking slam him with the door and pin him on the ground right there for that shit. Like, nope, assaulting an officer. I don't care.
now. Well,
Yeah,
fine.
but that's
fine.
that assaulting
fine.
an officer
calm
thing
down
is a
for that,
bullshit call
I
too.
appreciate your service.
You open the
I
door and
appreciate
it hits
your
the officer in the leg.
I'm just
You don't
saying,
intend
I
to hit him
spoke
in the
to you
leg.
guys.
You're
I
not
didn't have to
assaulting
do
him.
that. I could have eased on by y'all. I appreciate the job y'all out here doing.
Chief,
No,
That's
he
right.
opened the door
I
aggressively.
understand that. I
I'm
understand.
not-
Like
I'm not ready
he
to
opened the
push
door to
that.
push his way
All right,
through
listen.
the officer.
Major,
That was
I
very
tell you.
clear.
The only thing
I can
done wrong
rewind to
was
that
what
if you
y'all
wanna
never
watch
did.
it. No, I believe
Man,
you.
flick my blue light.
But
That's
a
it.
lot of
No, we
times
don't
officers
want
will
you-
use that. Like, so for instance, if an officer
I'm
puts
not
his
gonna
foot
lie to
in
you.
your
No,
doorway,
no,
in your
okay.
door jamb
All right.
But
of your house,
like I said, there's
and you
no
shut the door on his foot, he'll charge you with assaulting an officer.
So actually, I have a doorstop. Right, I've got a wedge, like a hole in the floor, and a lock in the door. So if the officer tries to push my door open and
Yeah.
then says, "Oh, you hit me with the door," it's like, nope, there it is. You hit yourself with the door. You fucking idiot. Even if it's not there and I'm holding it, the fact that the hole exists means
Yep.
he did it.
first aid police officer with blue lights.
Or you
and
throw
we've
my
dealt
or
with
she
before.
throw my license if she is getting for me.
She'll bring it to you, sir.
Okay, well that's fine.
I'm just
Bring it
trying
me,
to-
get through.
I'm trying to talk with you.
I don't want to talk anymore about it.
All righty.
Colonel Sanders,
Yes,
motherfucker.
very unprofessional.
She wrote him the ticket.
Do it. Give him the citation.
Yeah.
Whole time.
So what was the ticket for initially? Was he speeding? He ran a red? What did he do?
I don't even know. And you know what? It doesn't matter.
No, it
His-
doesn't. But if
his
it's a
bad
moving
fucking-
violation, then he deserves to get a ticket.
It's not even a violation. I get it. If there's an emergency, if you're on your way to something, you speed, right? You're moving faster than others. It's the way he's trying to treat them. It's
Yeah.
that whole, do you know who I am?
Yeah.
No.
Fuck him.
And that's why you're getting a ticket.
Yeah, I don't care.
Instead of, oh, evening officers, yes, of course, we're all working together. He didn't do any of that. He was just trying to, he was literally being an elite cunt,
Yeah.
talking to plebs.
Yeah.
He just
That's it.
wanted to talk down to plebs.
These are the rank and file officers that follow my orders, damn it. Even
Yeah.
if they're not in my I'm not in their jurisdiction.
Both
All right, you want me to
videos
share
are
that? You want to
recorded.
see this now?
Yeah. Oh, okay. Let me remove this one. And
Oh, they're both for speeding. One was 96 in the 35 zone. Holy shit.
yikes. With no flashers.
Yeah, that's fucked up. That is a very I'm looking at myself on the TV. That's very unflattering.
That's fine.
Look at my fucking double chin there. I look like a piece of shit. Anyway. Okay, so what you're seeing up here, these little symbols here, this is just basically, these are the placeholders for the items that are included. So one of the items, the back label, I didn't include. That's why it's red. But let me just play this and you can see. Now, keep in mind, when this is finally rendered, it'll be much higher quality. What you're seeing right now is basically, in work in progress kind of thing. So watch this. Drink, get angry, watch YouTube.
Fantastic.
You like that?
I'm pretty pleased. Yeah.
All right, cool. All right, I will produce this
yeah.
and download it, and I'll send it to you. You can put it into your.
Wonderful.
It's only going to be in 720p at 24 frames per second, but that should be
All
fine
good.
for YouTube. That should be
Good
fine for YouTube.
times. Oh, a proper diagonal, bro. Look at that. Look at that fucking avatar. Wow.
Where?
Oh, right here.
Oh, in the stream.
Yeah.
Nice. Good times. Welcome, good times. I'm the co-host tonight, Craig Bragg.
Link in the description to his channel.
Let's stop sharing.
Yeah, if you wanna hang.
You know how many views I got? You know how many views I got for last week's Ammunition?
How many?
257.
Really?
Yeah. I think putting it in Celtic Canucks Facebook chat kind of brought some eyes to it.
And she came and was chatting along.
Yes, she was involved too. She
might have said something.
She might have told people, but I mean, the people who follow her and followed that chat, they're going to see it too. So we might have gotten some of theirs. Plus, also, I now have a blue check mark on X. So when I share stuff on X, it's getting wider distribution.
That's right, eh?
Yeah. So.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I paid for the check mark because I'm a dummy. I have more money than brains. I just wanted to be able to stream on X. That's why. Because I have a feeling that Elon Musk's X platform, he wants to make it the platform for everything, cryptocurrency, shopping, all that sort of stuff. I have a feeling he's going to break into the video, online streaming video world pretty heavily. And I think he's actually working, from what I saw today in a brief video, is he's trying to integrate X with YouTube. I think he's trying to take control of YouTube. I think he's planning on buying YouTube out from under Google, because Google's in trouble right now, because Google is basically, they're saying, you need to split this up. You have far too much control over too much shit on the internet. So they're basically, it's, how they tried to break up Microsoft in the past and other companies that have created too much of a huge market share for themselves. They're doing that. They're going after Google for that. I have a feeling Musk is going to sweep in and say, hey, we'll take YouTube off your hands.
Right.
Because quite frankly, I think Google finds managing YouTube to be a complete pain in the fucking ass and not worth the money they're making. It's a lost leader for them.
Yeah. And apparently he knows how to monetize, because not only is X leading in the free app department, leading in the revenue department as well.
Yeah,
it's number one.
Everybody with a blue check mark has to pay $15 a month for it.
But also, no, add all revenue. So blue checks and ads.
No, I know, yeah. But part of having a blue check, you see fewer ads. You still see ads, but you don't see as many.
Sure. But combined, yeah, they're leading in the App Store as the most used free and the most revenue overall.
Good for them, man. Yeah, I'm a fan of Musk, truth be told.
Yeah, he's fucking crazy. And he's as wild as they come. I'm gonna share now.
Do it.
This video game. It's video time. It's casual AF time. So this is one of those casual video games that you might play. Like it's kind of like a 4X, if you know what that is. The explore, exploit, expand, exterminate. But the last two, expand and exterminate, are a little bit harder because it has a survival element, a zombie survival element. And it's like it's harder to get there. But the point is, it's like those games where you have workers and you send them out to do resources and you build buildings and you try not to get your society murderized by fucking zombies. And these games are all the same, right? They're if you played one, you played them all. They have their little variations and their little twists. And sure, this one's as good or as bad as any other, right? It's got its flaws, it's got its pros, but I am madly in love with this one. You see, I've got these squads that go out there and do searches. I've got like a research thing, and I've got the food cooker, some housing for my people. You've got to manage all this shit.
Mhm.
But why? Why do this game of all of them, do I madly love? I'll tell you, because it has the strangest, craziest thing.
Mhm.
At the beginning of the game, I'm going to share it again. I probably didn't have to. I can just put it back up. When you first join this game, it says, "Would you like us to propose a map for you based on your location?" I'm going to say no here, but you can just say yes. And when you say yes, it's going to give you a map on the world. They'll tell you you can play this game in all over the world. Moscow, Paris, fucking Atlanta. I don't want to play Atlanta. I want to play where I used to live when I was a kid. I'm going to go to Winnipeg, Manitoba. All right. Now look at the map. Look at how this is working. I can scroll the map. I can find anywhere in Winnipeg. Where the hell is my neighborhood? You can look at the highways. Look at all this. Like it's actually there. Ward, no, we're close.
I just sent you a link to your Gmail address, Mr. Twin,
Yeah.
for that bottle MP4. You can download it, put it in
Thank
your.
you.
So yeah, there you go. It's called twinbottle.mp4, and it's on my Google Drive. I didn't know how else to send it to you, so it's just a link to that file on my Google Drive. So
Yeah, perfect.
because how big is it? It's 11 megabytes. So sending it through a regular email would be
Burland Avenue. That's Paddington. This is where I used to live in Winnipeg. Okay. I can see this little curved street. I know that's my street. I know this map.
When did you move away from Winnipeg?
Oh, geez. 89, 90.
Okay.
But
So you weren't a kid anymore. You were like
no, I was still a kid. Yeah. I moved there when I was like 4 or 5. We moved away when I was 10.
oh, okay. Well, you're just a child.
But this is my neighborhood. And now you can pick your own neighborhood. You can play it in your own backyard. And when you click continue, right, it'll tell you, okay, we are uploading this map for the first time. It could take a little while because it's downloading all the relevant information that it can from Google Maps.
So like where the gas stations are, where the grocery stores are.
Exactly.
Right.
It's going to take some liberties to make it playable for the video game.
Yeah.
But your streets and your buildings are all going to be where they should be. And they're all going to be roughly what they are.
Mm-hmm.
So schools will be schools where you can find scientific materials, learning materials for research.
Right. Chemicals and shit.
The plaza where the grocery store and the vet were is where you're going to find food and medical supplies.
Right.
And if you better hope you know where the police station was, because that's where you're going to find guns. But it's going to accurately rebuild your map.
Yeah.
Right?
Like that's really cool.
Yes.
It looks like Google Maps, only like hazy.
It is Google Map. They just
decrepit.
They stole the Google Map.
That's amazing.
Okay. So this here, do you see this? Manby Avenue?
Yeah.
I used to live on this street, Manby
Where's
Avenue.
your house?
I'm not sure. It's going to be, I think it might be the one that's destroyed.
That's
my
funny.
uncle lived in this one, just 2 doors down.
That's funny.
Right? Yeah. But this is the neighborhood in which I used to live. That's the man-made lake, right? Don't go there. You'll die. This is called Burland Avenue, and this leads down to a street. And this school is called Samuel Burland. Right? And if you go up, this is Paddington. No, wait, Manby goes to Paddington. And if you follow Paddington up, there's another school right up here. And I used to go to that school too. It's like a grade school and like a semi-high school. And
So
that's
headquarters. If you wanted to make that your headquarters, you can make that your headquarters. Is that the idea?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, that's the first thing you do is you choose a building to be your headquarters. I think this one might be too big. Yeah, it says, "Are you sure to select this building as your headquarters?" It might be a little big to defend. But that's not the point. The game itself is just whatever all these other games are.
Right.
The fun of this game is everyone who's been so inclined, who's not been a zombie, but watched the zombie shows, has looked at their own neighborhood and gone, yeah, I can do this. Yeah, this game says,
For sure.
Here's your whole fucking neighborhood. Actually do it.
Greater Ajax says they didn't steal anything. Google Maps is still open source. It's from the time when their motto was "Don't be evil." Yeah, they took that off their big board, the entrance there, because they realized, hey, fuck, we're pretty evil.
Well, they got bought by evil. But
scroll up a bit because I think I saw a building that would make a perfect. Oh,
where do you like?
Go back in a bit. See that little weird shaped building? This one. That'd be a good headquarters.
Yeah, you like that?
I do.
Yeah.
What was that? Do you think? Was that a house or?
It might be like the small apartments, like the
okay.
walk-ups where there's like maybe 20 units in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because when I was living there, Winnipeg was small, like maybe 300,000 people.
Oh, okay.
Now it's almost a million.
Like Oakville used to be, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Oakville's getting very heavily populated too, but also because they keep expanding Oakville, they keep building further and further out.
Right, and like I want to click confirm and play because I love the game, but it doesn't matter because the game itself is fine.
Yeah.
It gets a solid B-.
Yeah.
But what makes it A+ S tier is this: I used to live here. That's my neighborhood. I know how to do this because I've thought about it, right? Like your first thing you do is you go secure that apartment, and then we're gonna scavenge outwards from there. And me playing this one, I could do it, and it would be kind of cool.
I like how all the shit's overgrown.
Well, yeah, it's been
because that's what would happen. That's exactly what would happen, right?
I think it starts in 2030, so it's actually only about 6 years from now.
You ever watch those YouTubers where they basically the guy has a mowing company and he goes to some like rundown neighborhood and there's a house in the middle of all these nicely manicured lawns that has like 4 feet of fucking tall grass and like it looks like it's abandoned. And he goes and knocks on the door and nobody answers. So he goes and asks the neighbor, "Hey, does anybody live there?" No, nobody's lived there for years. Well, I'm surprised the city hasn't come and mowed the lawn, but I'm just going to clean it up for the neighborhood, make it look nice. That's how everything would become. Basically, nobody would be mowing their lawns, so everybody would have 4 feet of grass on top of their fucking lawns. Trees going crazy. He finds entire sidewalks hidden under fucking grass because it just spreads, right? So, like, when you look at the roads there in this map, that's exactly what's going to happen. The roads are going to be like barely roads anymore, with mostly vegetation coming up through them.
Right.
That's a good one too. This little one down below, a little bit, go south a bit. That one there in the corner. That one's pretty cool. I don't know what it is. It looks like it might be another apartment or something. But
yeah. Like there was a couple of.
It looks like it's single story, which is weird.
Well, okay, so they'll often turn houses into like what look like 3- and 4-story walk-ups.
Yeah.
But everything is proportioned properly.
Yeah, right.
Right. So it's all your streets are what's defining the scale of the map, right?
Sure.
And
some of them look like they have regular house roofs, and then some of them have flat roofs. which you know
Yeah,
you wouldn't see in a house, right? So
but when you pull out to this realm, you're
Yeah.
just looking at a Google map.
Right.
Like and it's identical to what's
Mhm.
happening on Google Maps. And
I
it is
kind of want to download this just so I can see my neighborhood and see my old neighborhood.
$20. It's
That's not bad.
it's called Infection Free Zone. And
And
yeah,
it's on
like
Steam, yeah?
yeah, oh yeah. And it's not expensive. And it's again, it's just a regular one of these games. It's not stellar
Excuse me,
in
sorry.
any way except this. And this is actually a huge, huge component that my guy, you know, someone who lived in Italy, you can play in their backyard. You
That's
know,
funny.
someone who lived in fucking Moscow, you can play in their backyard. You know, someone who lived in Rio de Janeiro, you can play in their backyard. And you can always play in your own backyard.
Sure.
And it's just wild because like I go to the plaza and I'm rating it. It's like that's the Giant Tiger Plaza, and that's where the vet was. So that's where we get food and medical supplies. It's for dogs, but hey, that's what we got because it's a
Giant
zombie
Tiger is
apocalypse,
actually
right?
a great store.
It really is.
I love Giant Tiger.
People
I'll
in
go to
Toronto
Giant
are
Tiger
like,
all the time.
people in Toronto are like, "Have you heard of this new place?" It's not new, motherfucker. Neither's Husky.
Yeah.
Like you think
No.
Esso and Sunoco and Petro Canada? No, Husky is the Canadian gas station. You fucks. You don't even know.
Pioneer,
city
too.
dwellers.
Pioneer is
Yeah. Orco.
Oh, it says
also.
$32.99.
What? Did I get it on a deal at 19?
It's gone up in price because I guess people are liking it, you know?
I think I just bought it on sale. I caught the sale. Sorry guys, I didn't mean to tease you with that $20 tag. I didn't realize it was
Oh,
I
that's
was
okay.
getting a discount.
You know, the prices change because if it becomes really, really popular, then they're gonna hey fuck. We
It's still in
for more.
beta. It's still in
It's
beta,
crazy.
so I think it was a Steam
It's an
sale.
early access game. Yeah, I'm looking at that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you having issues with this map? Nope. So far, so good.
Buy
right?
infection free zone. Buy prepared for the infection bundle, which gives you a bunch of extra shit. I can't do pre-order like bonus shit. That makes no sense to me. Buy this bundle. Like why?
No,
It's
not
just
for
digital
no.
fucking content.
For pre-access, like a pre-access game, if you're spending $32, that's a lot. And I would say don't actually.
No, I'm gonna wait.
Yeah.
Because then it'll be on sale at some point, you know?
Yeah. This is something that'll go on. Steam will have a sale, and this will benefit from that. I would say don't buy it for 32, not yet. Because again, it's just a regular 4X, and it's fine. Like it's good. It's not bad in any way, but it's not stellar except for this. And if you don't think, oh wow, I'd love to test my own backyard against a zombie apocalypse, then don't buy it. It's not for you.
No.
But if you do,
I'm not.
if you're
I'll
one
be
of those
honest, I'm
people,
not much. I'm not much into 4X games like you are.
sure. Right,
Games
and
for me, I like board games. Like so, if I have Carcassonne in my library. I've got Carcassonne, Dorf
Yeah.
Romantic, Townscaper. I've got World of Guns. I've got Mysterium, which is basically an add-on to the board game. World of Guns is great. You basically take apart, put together guns.
Townscaper and Dystopica are like we talked about toys.
Well, that's
right?
another one I want to look up. Yeah, Dystopica.
But this one is more management, but the joy comes from that idea of I know better than the next person how to defend against the zombie apocalypse in my neighborhood.
Particularly in this neighborhood. Yeah.
Right? I've got rally points for my friends. I've got more than enough swords or guns and ammo. And we'll be okay because I know how to do this. Yeah? Try. Show me. It like the game is just show me. Every motherfucker is going to raid the Rona and the Canadian Tire for machetes.
Yep.
And I'm going to go and I'm going to take all the whetstones. Fuck you. You're all dead.
Yeah, you can sharpen your shit.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that being said, you can sharpen a knife on any stone, but a whetstone's
Yeah,
better.
but a good pack of whetstones is going to last you 100 years.
Yeah.
Right. But that's what I mean. Like, I think I know better. And the game is here to say, prove it. Show me how you defend your neighborhood. Show me how you defend your
So
backyard.
what is combat like? It basically is like, oh, there's 14 zombies coming in. You need to put people on walls and shit like that, and then they just fight
Yes.
for you, or do you actually get into like, face up, like roll to hit, kind of like shot by shot combat?
Okay, so it's roll to hit, but all automatic. So you just send your squad out,
Okay.
and your squad, the better armed and better protected they are, or the more squads you have to send, because you can, of course, increase your population, build more squads, raid police stations for better weapons, right? Yeah. And
That weird
guess
shaped
what?
building, is that another school, or what is that? Is that a college? What is that?
No, yeah, that's the bigger school.
Okay. Yeah, that'd be too hard to defend.
Yes, to start for sure. I think it'll give you the warning. Yeah, this building is extremely large and will be very hard to defend in the first days. We recommend choosing a smaller building.
Yeah, I would choose
yeah,
like
so that's
I would choose
actually
like
the
that
great.
little L-shaped apartment next to it, or
Yeah, like something like this one. This one is a little big, but I think it'd be okay. Because
does that show the capacity of people that can be in it? Was that
Yeah, so it'll
372 living quarters? Okay,
no,
and
372 storage capacity,
okay.
27 living quarters.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like your HQ is a warehouse and a home.
Yeah.
Start.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, and I could play it. We can get into it if you want, but
hey, it's your stream, buddy.
Beyond this, guess what? I live on this street. This may or may not have been my house. Either this one or the one destroyed. But that's what I mean is if you like this kind of game, this makes it 1,000 times better because you're playing in your own backyard now.
Okay, you know where I live, right? You've been to my house. Go to my neighborhood and see what my neighborhood
I'm gonna
looks like.
try. Actually, I'll look it up quietly on my phone so I can find it on the map.
So you're not gonna dox me to everybody?
Exactly. Exit to main.
I can send it to you.
Oh, and my brother-in-law to be is like, this game does look pretty fucking cool.
Oh, is he in the
I don't
chat?
know if he's watching. I told him about it earlier, but I don't know if he's watching right now. Oh fuck! Oh, Good Times is following me on Twitter, on X. Thanks, man.
Oh, good.
Oh shit. Yeah. If you can
I
text
just
me
sent you
again
my
the
address.
Yeah, perfect. So yeah, we'll try and find your backyard next.
Oh, Good Times is following me on X too. Thanks, Good Times. I'll follow you right back.
Oh, damn. That's why we put that shit in the
OG Plaid Army from Nova Scotia moved to Alberta, now lives in Northwest Diagolon. Good for you. Hey, you should follow Canada Man as well. They're Good Times.
Put a link for him.
I'll just find him.
Canada Man had some good times on Canada Day. You spelled your own address wrong, guy.
I did?
Yeah, the Google corrected me.
Hold on. I don't think I did.
You did. I see it now on the map. It's like, yeah, no, that's where you live.
No, that's how they spell it. That's how it's spelled in my city. That's not how you spell that word, but that's how it's spelled in my city. I'm not lying. Why would I lie? I ain't gonna lie.
Nope. New game.
Oh, it looks like Good Times followed me there. Oh, he followed me too. Oh. Follow Canada Man, I should say. I'll follow. Canada Man will follow Good Times. There you go. Yeah, you hear the stuff about how the Harris campaign has been using AI to embellish the campsite, the crowd sizes of the events.
I don't even know if they have to because they have free concerts that people are drawn to.
No, but even when they're not doing free cons, where they're just like showing up somewhere, they're padding the numbers with like doctored photos.
It makes sense. I believe it. Damn, I'm actually having trouble finding your place now.
You are? Let me see.
On this map,
Okay, I'm north of the QEW, so you're way too far north. You're at the 401.
oh fuck, maybe it's actually giving me the wrong
So if you can find,
upper middle.
oh, you're in Toronto. You're in Toronto, man.
Oh, that's why 407 comes this way.
Yeah, you got to go much further west.
Oh yeah, okay. No.
There you are.
It.
There's Burlington. Okay, scroll,
I
zoom
know where
in
you
there
are.
a little bit.
You're like right here.
A little bit further west. Okay, there's Guelph line. Go south a bit.
Guelph line.
Yeah, I'm at Guelph line, upper middle area. So if you go up a bit, sorry.
Yeah. You're here-ish.
Yeah. Okay. So zoom in a bit.
I can't zoom in here. I have to pick. Either this one or this one, I think, is you.
This one. No,
This one?
this
Yeah,
one. Yeah.
yeah. And we'll just pick average everything. You can actually adjust all this stuff too.
Oh yeah. How many people are
you
there? How
start
many?
with, how many resources are available, and how heavy the hordes come at you.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, but also you can adjust your flag. I like to do this. Let's
Okay.
you know why? Because oddly, they seem to have some seriously racist shit here. Like this
You
big
do?
old fucking black sun. And
What's
that's
racist? What's
always
racist about a black sun?
I don't know, but they tell me if you don't kowtow to every other thing, then you're a fascist and racist somehow.
Okay.
But I really like this big old black sun symbol.
It looks like a butthole. Looks like a prolapse rectum in monochrome.
Aplorbus anus.
If you have to go to Canadian Tire or Harbor Freight, US version, or any store for supplies in a shit hit the fan situation, you're already screwed. Well, yeah. Ideally, you have everything you need to survive the first few days. Eventually, when other people start to get organized, that's when you're going to want to be able to get organized.
It's funny how the collectivists will be the least collective and unable to survive. And the individualists will be the one who are planting gardens and collecting whetstones. And they'll all start eating each other for the collective good. Isn't that wild?
I I'm happy because I have 3D printers. So if I need to make anything, manufacture something, I can manufacture something.
As
And the
long as
internet's
you have
and the
electric
internet's still
power.
going to be around, right? So,
It might not. You might not have electric power.
well, that's the other thing. I might be able to make it. I might have to like find some way to get power. Are all the zombies bald? Do they like lose their hair when they become zombies?
Yeah, they actually. It's more like I Am Legend
Okay.
vampirism,
Right.
right? But also they note that people are actually as dangerous, if not more so.
Right. Because they're all trying to survive, right? And here you are.
But yeah, you run into raiders and you run into groups that are willing to join you. But now you have more mouths to feed, so you've got to balance all that out too, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can't just be like, "Oh, more builders." No, you have to, you know.
How can you be racist if your son is black?
Well, I hate him too. Like, I mean, it's not that hard.
Oh, mercy.
And yeah, like they give you the little backstory, and it's vague, and that's what makes it plausible. You know why I hated Hunger Games?
Why?
Because they tried to explain it. It's like, no, yeah, you're wrong. That wouldn't happen. This is no way. There in no way, shape, or form would these series of events come to pass and lead to this outcome. You should have made it vague as fuck, and now here we are.
Well, this is the thing I had. This is the issue I had with Twilight. Like, my wife and her friend are, that feminist friend of mine, the feminist vegetarian broad. They're big fans of the Twilight stuff. I'm like, this fucking series makes no goddamn sense. What are you talking about? I'm like, why do these vampires have to hide? They don't become weaker in the sunlight. In fact, they sparkle and they look more beautiful. Well, they have to hide because people hunted them. Why would they hunt them? They would have worshipped them. It's not like they turn into like fiendish beasts, monstrous creatures. They turn into fucking gods that are immortal and super fast and super strong. And all they have to do is drink a bit of blood now and again. This idea that, oh no, we have to keep our existence. No, you fucking... Human history would have been completely different if vampires had been sparkly and fucking beautiful, as opposed to being like monstrous undead creatures. Werewolves too. The way they depict werewolves in it, they're not these monsters. They're not these awful like hybrids of humans and wolves. They're gigantic fucking wolves. They would have been the fucking alpha predator everywhere. And yeah, it makes no sense. The history made no fucking sense.
Yeah, I mean, Stephanie Meyer gets this one thing right, that werewolves and vampires seem to be natural enemies.
But why?
That's actually a longer story that
No, but it's trope. It's constantly been it's been a trope forever.
Yes.
The only thing I can draw to it is that Universal Studios decided to make a fucking movie where it was Dracula versus the werewolf. No, and that's why they've been enemies forever.
It's roughly 70,000 years old. Okay.
Oh, did you find my neighborhood here?
Well, we're here. This is Guelph Line, and that's Deerwood Drive. Does that mean
go down south a little bit?
South.
Yeah.
All right. Guelph
Line. You want to go to Sandalwood Court. There we are. You just passed it. Up a bit. To the right.
Oh yeah, here
Sandalwood Court. Let's see where my house is. Let's see.
Yeah, so it's somewhere around here.
It's I'm on the north side of Sandalwood Court.
Sure.
And I'm, I think, the fourth house in.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because I took Upland to come get you.
Yeah, they turned my neighbor. You know that one little house you said, oh, it looks like a little cottage. They turned that into like a tenement building.
Fuck.
Anyway, I'm the fourth
yeah. See what I mean? Like they take their liberties. Like
I'm the fourth house in. That little brown one is my house.
Well, even this one, right?
Yeah, that's that looks like a cottage in my neighborhood.
Yeah. Like I said, they take liberties, right?
Oh
So
yeah,
this
for
is,
sure.
it looks like a 4-floor or a three-story walk up. This one
Yeah.
looks like a 3 or 4-story walk up.
Yeah, and it's a
The
house,
building
and
behind
that's good
you.
though, because those are condos behind me. Those 3 sets of buildings there are condos behind me.
Oh yeah, but they're not.
But they got them right. Yeah, they're about 4
Yeah.
stories. Yeah, 3 or 4
Yeah,
stories.
they're where they're supposed to be and proportionate to everything else, roughly. But yeah, you know, like, and now it's like, oh, there's your big old mall.
Yeah, that's where
So
Fortino's
so
and
where
Giant
do you?
Tiger and yeah.
So where's your rendezvous point with your neighbors, and where do you raid first? Like, where this condo, that condo, or this one? Maybe we want to go to this build. No, I think we want to leave that alone. Maybe we want to go to one of these, right? Like, where do you your house itself as a headquarters? Probably too small. You've got like 40 survivors. You can't
Yeah.
house them all in here.
Ori
So
Nabisco makes a good point. They think the trope started in Vampire the Masquerade. Vampires are creatures of the worm, which is about destruction, and werewolves are creatures of wild, which is growth. Yeah, that's the thing. Now that's something that White Wolf sort of made a feature of their different games, right? So Werewolf was all about the werewolves were basically, nature avatars, and vampires were meant to be the classic romantic Dracula-esque vampire, right?
so
Especially the
there
Camarilla.
there is no romantic Dracula. That's something people misunderstand all the
I don't
time.
mean romantic in the sense of romantic hero. I mean like, suave and debonair and
Yeah,
seductive and that kind of stuff.
but it's all a lie.
Yeah, it's based on Dracula.
So there's something. Yeah, it's older. Dracula's based on something older. That's what I'm trying to get at. Uh, the concept of the uncanny valley.
Yes.
That the more uh, human your cartoons and your simulacra become, the more relatable they are.
Mhm.
Until suddenly, in between super close to human and human, in terms of relatability, there is this incredible dip
Yep.
where no, that's too close to human without being human.
Right.
That makes us super uncomfortable, super like, oh no, we're actually a little terrified of this thing.
Mhm.
The existence of the uncanny valley, according to evolutionary psychology,
Mhm.
implies that at some point in human evolution, there was a reason to be very terrified of something that looked almost entirely human, but wasn't.
Right.
And this means that it has to be old. It has to be built into the gene, the way that chickens will see a shadow overhead and all duck. They've never seen a chicken hawk in their lives,
Mhm.
but they've raised
Instinctively
in a
they
farm.
know to
But
like,
they
yeah.
see the shadow of the chicken hawk, and they all shudder and sink as low as possible to avoid the predation. It's built in their genes.
Or cats leaping like 3 feet into the air when you put a cucumber behind them and they turn around and they notice it.
Sure. Why are they
Because
scared of cucumbers? I'm not sure.
No, because they think they're snakes. They have
Oh,
a
okay.
natural instinctive reaction to snakes and things that look like snakes, right?
Oh, that makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
But we have this aversion to a thing that looks almost like us. But
So you think it might have to do with the Neanderthal? How there was a primitive
there's
hominid that was not part of our clade, our species, and was dangerous to us. And
Yeah.
so, yeah, you're probably not wrong. And vampires evolved out of that myth.
but the Cro-Magnon was the one that adopted the lone wolves and the
Mhm.
wolf pups, right? And we were the ones that ran in the woods with the wolf
Mhm.
against this other creature that was just like us, but wasn't. And so we have this symbiotic relationship with wolves and with dogs to the point that 70,000 years later, you have 2 dogs in your house.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have fucking sex dolls and proto-humans,
No.
right?
Ori Nabisco makes another good point. Uncanny Valley could be from dead or diseased bodies also. So right. So you encounter a corpse and it looks alive, it looks human, but you know it's not. So that could be very unnerving, right? So just
But
being in
that
the presence of a corpse. And then, human imagination runs away with it and goes, imagine the very first time that a corpse sat up amongst primitive humans. That would have freaked the because it happens. It happens in morgues.
It does, but I
Right?
don't think that that's the kind of thing that would end up into like overriding the common sense and the ability to absorb information that proto-humans had into it, an evolutionary instinct.
Mm-hmm.
It has to be an animal that is after you. Another thing that looks like a human, but is trying to eat you.
Right.
Right? Like a
Right.
devouring force. And not just, oh, I'm startled by a dead body. You learn what dead bodies are. You learn that they do these things.
Mm-hmm.
It's also not a threat. That
Right, but we
learns
all
very
no.
quickly.
But the thing is, we do develop our mythologies based on our fears, right? So while and real fears, like tangible fears. So, for instance, a dead body, it can't hurt you, but it can spread disease. Even before humans knew what diseases were, they would know that sometimes when somebody died, other people got sick, so they could develop a mythology associated with dead bodies based on that.
But
And
to
that could feed into this notion of as well of being fearful of dead.
but to be built into the genes that we have a reaction to it instinctually has to be much greater than I'm afraid of the dead. Like we know what the dead are. The proto-humans, the chimps know what the dead are,
Mm-hmm.
right? They don't have an uncanny valley the way we do.
No,
Like,
but they have a revulsion to it, right? They have a
yes, but
natural revulsion to it, and I'm saying the natural revulsion would have been borne out by the threat posed by rotting corpses.
this is not rotting
That they
corpses.
would, even
This
before they
is
knew anything about germ theory, they would have known that it was
sure,
bad to be around it.
sure, but this is an animated thing that's still alive. It's a different thing. We're averse to an animated thing, not a dead thing. Like alive and dead is one of the first things that primates understand the difference between.
Mm-hmm.
You know, right? This is a very live thing that looks very much like me, but is absolutely not me. Not a dead thing that used to be me.
No,
That's
but that's
something
where the
else.
mythology gets written into it, right? So you have the mythology associated with something that isn't like you. So you put into it, it's inhuman, it's not human, and then you tie it all together with your other fears about death and about corpses and like.
But death and corpses aren't inhuman or not
No, they're
like.
not. But I'm saying that the human mind likes to write. You remember when I was talking to you a while ago about reality is a narrative, right? And the logos is the author of the truth that is the universe. So humans think in terms of narrative and story, and they concoct theories about their existence through mythology, through folklore, through dance, through all sorts of performative art, and that's how we basically progressed until we started writing things down. And then even after we started writing things down, we started writing things down that were fictitious, and we knew were fictitious,
Sure.
but they bore elements that were more true than true. Do you know what I'm saying?
You're leaping further, right?
And I haven't even eaten any edibles tonight.
And I think you're getting away from I think you sort of know where I want to go with this, and you don't want to go there.
I don't know what you're saying. I think I know what you're going, but I'm agreeing with you, but I'm also bringing in other elements. I'm not trying to dodge it or steer it another way.
No, I think this idea of the dead, it like the proto-humans had logic already, and they knew the difference between themselves dead
Mhm.
and an alive thing that wasn't them.
Mhm.
That right. We're not afraid instinctually of a dead thing. Actually, oh, it's gross and we're not happy about it, but I don't have like this dead thing is going to get me.
No.
We have in the uncanny valley this idea of this thing's going to get me. And
Mhm.
that's why we don't like it. And that difference and that vampire being very human but animated and alive, and we like to call it undead,
Mhm.
right? But we mean it's not us. It's not alive. It's not life the way we think of life because it doesn't treat us like life. It eats us. It feeds on us.
Greater
Right?
Ajax makes another point though about two apex predators. Whenever I was saying why would werewolves be the enemies of vampires? And he's saying, well, two apex predators meet. There's only one possible resolution
Yes.
to the death it is. But the way I'm envisioning the vampires of Twilight, they wouldn't be operating so much as predators as they
But
would be as
Twilight,
parasites.
hold on. Twilight's bullshit. No. Let's talk about vampires and werewolves, not Stephanie Meyer's vampires and werewolves.
That's where we got off on this. That's how we started talking about it.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
the point was she's wrong about
Yeah.
the history of the lore and where the lore comes from. That's why those stories are absolute bullshit.
Yeah. Not only that, but
That's why we have into this.
sparkly vampires aren't frightening. No matter how uncanny valley they look like humans, they're
And also, they're
romanticized
not the
versions
good guys.
of something that you're supposed to be afraid of. And
But
they're not frightening
they're
at
not
all.
the good. They're not good guys. They're not. There's no redemption for a vampire, right? Vampires are monsters. Like if you want to go to the like mythological lore of Vlad and the stabbing of the cross, renouncing God and drinking
Yeah.
the blood and all that, like that's a man that chose the dark path
Mhm.
and became a monster, and now he passes his parasitism through parasitism and
Mhm.
makes more parasites,
Mhm.
right? But this is actually he's a trope that never happened. He never did any of that shit. He was
Mhm.
just a terrible person. But it goes back, and the fear of it and the ingrained evolutionary fear, this uncanny valley, goes back evolutionarily a long time. And
Mhm.
the werewolf is the devout enemy of the vampire because the vampire feeds on humans, and the werewolf is the human become monster to defend humans against the vampire, right? That we took the wolf in, we trained the wolf, we, became as savage as the wolf
Mm.
to be as monstrous as the monster. Like
Right.
we looked into the abyss and fought back, and now we have dogs, right? Like we're symbiotic with dogs, and they're parasitic on us, and that's that dichotomy. That's why the werewolf is somehow more noble, even though it's a monster, right? Like you have to give up some of your humanity and become the wolf, and the
Mhm.
wolf will still defend the pack, but the vampire is a parasite that only lives for itself.
Right. Ori Nabisco says again, got a jet, but before I go, many cultures invented dragons. Dragons could be a collection of dangerous things like snakes, eagles, and fire. At least that's what I've heard.
And
Have a good night,
crocodiles,
gents.
right? Don't forget crocs and gators, right?
Sure.
Don't get they
Yeah.
they get
Giant
their due.
reptiles. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it makes sense. Like superstition drove a lot of our early behaviors that may have led to our survival without us realizing why. And then our mythology was born out of those superstitions, and some of those survival techniques that we used that were born out by superstition carried over into the mythology, right? So,
but the existence of that uncanny valley, it seems, should go back quite a while. If it's instinctual, if it happens to all people everywhere, right, or 99% of people, it means it's built in, it's ingrained, and that means it has to be part of an evolutionary psychology.
it's a human instinct, so to speak.
Yeah, it's an animal instinct that humans still have.
Right. Well,
right.
We're still animals when it comes right down to it. We may have a divine spark, but we're still animals.
We've got these differences between the other animals for sure, but when we have this animal instinct, it's 70,000 years old or more.
Yeah,
like it has to be very old.
Sure,
it can't be a new thing because we wouldn't see it in 99% of people.
Well, I mean, you take a look at primitive cultures when they're exposed to things like photographs, right? They're very disturbed by them a lot of times, right? When early humans, or not, shouldn't say early humans, primitive or developing cultures, less developed cultures, encountered more developed cultures, and those more developed cultures showed them things like photographs. Those less developed cultures were very taken aback by it because of the fact that I'm seeing me flat on a page, on a piece of paper, or in two dimensions. But because they've never seen it before.
No, bullshit. They've seen it before. They just didn't see it like this. It existed a certain way forever.
Sure, like in water. Like if they'd see a pool of water, they would see a reflection of themselves. But this is different. This is static.
Exactly.
Reflection moves.
But they have 100,000 years of this is what the reflection is. So when I see it different, I'm fucked up. Right? We have 70,000 years of this is what a human is. And when I see it different, it's fucked up.
Yeah. Grady actually says, "See you in AP's chat." Ori, what's AP's chat? I don't know what that's referring to.
I think they have Discord, a Discord connection.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But yeah. If you've got a little bit, I'd love to chat about it some more, but I think we should call it here. Do you have a joke? I know it's not my channel's thing. I don't have a section for it, but
I don't have a joke. No, I haven't really thought of any. I need to really start nailing down my topics, because every week I do nobody tells jokes anymore, and then I'm always scrambling for a joke. So next week I'm going to have a joke in the fucking barrel of the gun, ready to go before we start ammunition.
Well, I've got a joke, and it comes from I think it's G.K. Chesterton, who said something like, "The hallmark of a good religion is that you can joke about it." So to any of my my good Christian peeps, before you dip, if you can, stick around. It's the day of the crucifixion.
Okay.
Jesus is on the cross, and Peter hanging his head low, ashamed of what he had done the night before, is just there in the crowd. Denied Christ.
He denied Christ. That's right.
Twice, 3 times before the cock crowed twice.
The cock crowed. Yeah.
And Jesus says, he sees him. And he says, "Peter." Peter says, "Yes, Lord." "Peter, come closer." And Peter steps forward. "I'm here, Lord." He says, "Peter." "Yes, Lord." "Peter, come closer." Peter says, "Yes." He steps forward. "Yes, Lord." "Peter." "Yes, Lord." "Peter, come closer." Peter's now like head to foot with crucified Jesus.
Yeah.
"I'm here, Lord." And Jesus says, "Peter." He says, "Yes, Lord." He looks up, and Jesus looks down. He says, "Peter, I can see your house from here."
I've heard that one. Excuse me, I've heard that one before. Excuse me, folks. I think I have asthma. I'm going to get a test done in the hospital in a couple of weeks. I've got, which is weird because I never had asthma before. But I did suffer pneumonia when I was quite young, multiple times. So maybe it's coming back to haunt me.
No.
Yeah. So yeah. Greater Ajax put a YouTube link in the chat. I'm guessing this is the other live stream that may be going on.
Or I hope it's more cops arresting cops. Because that was wild.
Adonis Paul puts on a live stream, and I guess that's going right now.
All right. Yeah. Yeah. Head on over there if you've got nothing better to do.
I don't know who Adonis Paul is.
I think he's a friend of Six and Ajax.
Cool.
I've met the man, but you know,
I'm going to subscribe because why not?
yeah, sure. I won't stop you. But I think we're going to call it here. Have a joke in the barrel for your stream
Next week. Yep.
Link in the description to Craig's channel for next week. And if you haven't done it by now, well, what good are you? So we'll see you next week on the Ammunition. Good night, everyone. Thanks for coming. Have a good one.
Peace.